Hello and welcome along and welcome to this first look at Dalton Valley Farm. This is a fictional UK map. It is created by LexR and yeah, this is something quite special. Now we're starting down at the shop because as I said, something quite special. There are a lot of extra items to this. As a result, I don't think this map is going to come to console. There are so many scripts and so many add-ons and things that just aren't console compatible that I don't think will ever make it onto the console. Chief of which is the global company mod is at the heart of this map. Even to load this map up for the first time, you need global company on here because there is an option of which farm you start at. Now, I will go through the various starting configurations and everything at the end. I actually have this on the start from scratch configuration because I didn't want to have any one particular farm while I was doing my drive around. And I'd say I wouldn't recommend starting this map on New Farmer on start from scratch. I have 100,000 and no land and no equipment. Yeah, this is a properly hard mode that we are starting in. But we are good enough to have our landy here. So we're going to jump in this. We're going to have a drive around. And then I'm going to try and detail the 3 other modes that you start in. Obviously, this mode here, start from scratch. Start from scratch on New Farm. It's a little bit confusing because there's a... This isn't start from scratch mode from the game. This is start from scratch for the map. And I will detail this at the end. But we have 100,000, as I said. We've got no land, although this is a very nice looking map. And set in this this great valley down here. And just looks awesome. But yeah, we have no land and we have no vehicles except for our car and some clutter. So yeah, there's nothing really here for us. So we are going to head out. Now looking at our map, we are here. So I'm going to go up around. We'll have a look at the top of the map and come back down. So yeah, nice circular route on this. Plenty of sell points and things on the way for us to look at. Not a huge map, but it looks like a pretty detailed one, which is great news. Let's have a look. And yeah, so there's some nice bits and pieces to this. It does have a good British feel to it. Unlike most maps, of course, because I've started down at the shop, I've not actually got any a big feel for it. It has taken a lot of inspiration, this map, and you can kind of see it. From maps like I think it's Letton Farm and Dusty Cove, and I just, yeah, it is a really nice looking map. Try not to move the mouse around too quickly. And we've got all of our sell points down here. So we've got the BGA and the farm shop down here. So let's head down here and have a look. And it is yeah, it is. Driving around this so far, I've got a very British feel for this map. It definitely has that kind of a feeling to it, and kind of brings up that kind of. I don't want to use the word feeling repeatedly. My thesaurus has broken me, or has broken, and I'm unable. My thesaurus has broken me. That is got to be the quote of the day. Anyway. I'm rambling, and this is the wool sell point. So nicely marked, as I said on the last few map first looks. Really like it when my sell points are nicely marked. This is exactly that. Also got a good sell point here. Yeah, crops going into here. So absolute kudos. That is brilliant marking of the sell points on our first one. And if we work our way further down this road, we have some more. Yeah, and this is the BGA here. So, what is our sell point? Okay, so we've got, we have a manure sell point over here. Excellent. Oh no, that's not manure. That's That's potatoes and sugar beets. So potatoes and sugar beet sell points here at the BGA. Collection point for digestate, I would guess. Then we've got a couple of nice big silage clamps here, looking very good, and drive-through ones as well, which is quite good. And then to my left here, now that's interesting. There is a sell point marked. Ah, hang on, it's this. Yeah, it's the silage sell point. Doesn't open and close, but yeah, that is the silage sell point. So I am guessing, I think I peaked some manure down here. So I would guess that's what this is the sell point for down this end. And sure enough, yeah, manure sell point down here. So good array of sell points down this side of the map. Will allow you to make a decent amount of money on here. And all featured in roughly one area, all featured around the same sort of place. Makes it an easy thing to go. Hopefully, I do hope there are more sell points on here. I do like them. Those are nicely laid out. But you know me on these things. I like to see more than one sell point for as many items that you're trying to sell as possible. Adds just that little bit more variety into the game. So we're heading north, and again, it is very, very nicely laid out, this, and I love these high hedges. I mean, if we go in cab, you can't see anything of the fields. That is such a British feeling to this. Really, really is. And I was driving around Norfolk the other day going, oh wow, if I'm looking for a British map, I'm looking for one where I can't see anywhere else. So let's jump out here. And this is the goats. Yeah, this is the pigs and the goats, or the sheep and the goats. This is the sheep and the goats. So yeah, goats are a new feature on this map. Information point here. Sheep loading point, again, really nicely marked out. A lot of attention to that kind of detail on here really impresses me on this map. But then I'm not surprised considering how much extra there is on here. Now, goats have been added. I'm trying to see. I think it's thanks to Farmer Andy has helped get the goats into this map, and it's just, yeah. Okay, that is our wool point, I think, and this is the goats here. So we have a goat area here, and these don't disappear if you depending on which farm you select. You keep all of these in here. I guess yes. So we've got goat's milk. We've got I'm not sure. That must be the loading point. Yeah. So you get brown goats, white goats, and black goats. Very cool. You've got your feeding trough, and you got your water trough. So they work very much in the same way as sheep. Very, very nice. So yeah, sheep and goats up at this farm here. And one of the nice things, as I was saying earlier, the great things about how this map works is if you want to start on the sheep and the goat farm, you start with appropriate equipment at the sheep and the goat farm. If you want to start doing cows and arable, you start at the main farm with cows and arable equipment. If you want to do pigs, you start at the pigs with the appropriate equipment for that. So it's really, really cool. And I will go through what lands you own and what equipment you start with for each of those at the end of the video. But it's such an amazing setup. It's one of the best uses of the global company mod that I've seen in a map so far. Does mean that the map requires it, as I was saying at the start, and that the likelihood that this version of the map, at the very least, coming to console is non-existent as a result. But it's just, and wow, look at that. So not got a beach, but got a really gorgeous view out into that bay. That is very nicely done. And just that's this massive bit of scrubland. Can you own that? I'm really intrigued if you can own that. No, you can't own... Okay, so you can't own anything outside of the edges. There's a big forestry area down there you can own. But yeah, you can't own anything outside of the edges of this. And so yeah, you'll never be able to own that scrubland. Which would have been a massive field. But I suppose, yeah, I suppose actually you shouldn't be able to cut that. Very, very cool. And that's... Is that a sell? No, that's not a sell point. There is a pub that is a sell point around here. And that very much looked like a pub, but that is not it. Car park with... I'm intrigued as to how close we can get to the beach on this. So we can certainly drive over... Whoa, whoa! Okay. Realism. But yeah, we can drive right down to the beach on this. That is pretty cool. So I like that. That doesn't prevent you going from certain places. I think some of this... Yeah, so we're getting to the edge of the map here, and I just want to test... Yeah, so there are a couple of issues like this. And I do like to push the map boundaries a bit. I think I'd like to have seen a barrier before you reach the side like that. But in general, that should be okay. So long as we've not got any fields bounding on the side there, we should be alright. But yeah, it is possible. It is possible then, I think, to drive off the side of this map, unfortunately. So I think there's a little bit of refinement there. But that is... that's been a much bigger problem on other maps. This map, only because I'm trying to do it, really. There's no, and for the most part, you're kept within this area that you can purchase. You're not really going to drive off the edge of the map unless you try to drive off the edge of the map like that. We've got horses here, so a horse mark for sale. Now this is the stable area again. So this is a stable area that I really like. We had this, I think we had this on Perfect Valley, where the stable area had everything inside it and done really well. And yeah, this looks like another good version of that, or another good way of doing the horses. Really well done, very nicely laid out, well set up as well. Now, do we have... Where is our horse purchase point? There it is. So, horse purchase point is inside. It is nicely marked. I'm guessing that's the straw point. Water point here. Feed point here. Yeah, I like the layout of this stables. All in all, this is a very impressive map. Really impressive. And not small or minorly, because everything, all proceeds that this map makes will go to charity. I love that. All proceeds will go to Doctors Without Borders for this map when it's released. So a brilliant map to support as well. It's a charity map. I love that. And also, something I haven't mentioned yet, which we've just got to, I think. Because I think this field here... I'm not sure this is. No, this might not be. No, this is wheat that's growing in here. We have extra fruits in this map as well. And it's had its fruit height maps increased. So you can use Maize Plus on here, and you can use Seasons on here. In fact, this map is enhanced by Seasons. Lots of stuff that appears, like butterflies in the summer when it's sunny and things like that. It's just amazing. But it also has its own new fruit. So it's got, let me see, I'm trying to remember what the new fruits are. Rye, Tricycle, Spelt and Luricine are fruits that are all available on this map, which is pretty cool. And as I said, it does work with the Maize Plus mod, although it's not, now I have to be more specific here, it's not a Maize Plus forage compatible map, so it's not had the Maize Plus stuff added to it fully, but it will work with Maize Plus. So that means, like I've got on Little Norton at the moment, you can add Maize Plus in, but lots of the extra stuff you have to buy. So you have to buy like clover silage bales and things like that. There's no clover or things like that on here, but it will still work with the Maize Plus mod. And seasons, which is, if a map hasn't had its fruit height increased, then it will not do that. This here is the cow farm, which I love the design of this farm. This is a very, very nice British farm. Good layout. I think this must be our loading point for our cows. And then we've got a nice tight run through here and into the cow field. Really, really beautifully designed. I'm guessing this is the feeding area and probably the area for straw as well. And then, yeah, and then we've got our slurry over here. So yeah, very nice arrow farm. What I do like is this stuff here. So you see all these bits here. This is what I was talking about earlier. The cow yards clutter. If you sell this, you clear out the clutter in the cow yard. Very, very cool. So if you want a yard with all this set dressing on it, you can have it. If you want to get rid of it, if you want a clear yard where you can put anything, you can get rid of it. That is absolutely brilliant. Lights work very nicely, and our signposted as well. This, I'm guessing, is a workshop. Yep. So workshop here. Lovely sound on the doors. Yeah, absolutely loving it. And loving this, the layout of this yard with the driveway up to it and everything like that is just absolutely brilliant. Really, really love the layout of the cow yard. I think the cow yard is my favourite yard so far, by the looks of things. Right, down here, and we're heading back down. In fact, no, we do have a sell point the other side of here. Up this roadway, this way. So I don't know if our new crops, any of those are actually in the fields. Let's have a look. This is currently taking wheat, barley, OSR, corn, oats, beans. Beans? Milk, spelt, rye, treacle, sunflowers, potatoes, and beets. Beans? Now that is an interesting question. That is not a fruit that was mentioned to me. So let's have a quick look in here. Yeah, so that's interesting that it mentions beans on there, but it's not a crop that we can do by the looks of things. But yeah, sell point here. What's our information point here? This is bale sell point. Oh, right. Now that's nice. This is where I'd expect the bale sell point to be. Bale sell point is here, and I like it very much that it actually is marked that is where the bale sell point is. Because otherwise I would have tried to just put it in that shed. So yeah, very, very good marking for everything on here. Working really, really well from that point of view. It's, oh wow, it is an absolutely gorgeous map, and as I've said many times on here, feels very, very British. Almost feels like a Cornish map to me, this one. It's got that, or either that or somewhere northern. Somewhere on the coast up north a bit. It's, yeah, definitely got those kind of feels to it. Let's have a look in here. So what do we got in here? We have pigs. So this is the pig farm from a private road. There's lots of really nice little details on this that just make it look such a beautiful map. Right, so that's water. What is this? Is that pig feed? Is that a feed? Is that the feeding point for the pigs? That's very ooh. So this is the purchase point for the pigs. Yeah, purchase point for the pigs. This, I'm guessing, is the point at which you spray your straw. No sound on those doors, or if it was a bit quiet. Yeah, no sound on the pig doors, I don't think. So, but looking... Oh, no, I did. Hang on. Yes, there is sound on the pig doors. Just got that. Yeah, so it's quiet, but there is sound on the pig doors. And yeah, I think this is the feed point. I think you feed the pigs in that on here. I like that. Actually, my reason for going in here was to check. Yeah. There, I think it feeds. Yeah, there we go. So it comes in via those pipes and fills this pig trough. That's really cool. I like that a lot. That is awesome. We also have root crop storage down here, so storage for sugar beets and potatoes. So yeah, it looks like the pig setup is a root crop setup as well, which is I really like. Oh, hang on. Or is it? Is that a... No, those are silos. So yeah, if you do pigs, you also get a bigger arable setup in what your farm has. And yeah, multiple, something I haven't mentioned so far, multiple water points. So these hydrants are also marked out as places for water as well, which is brilliant. I like that very, very much. And this farm, this has connections to fields and areas out around it as well. That is very nice. And what do we have here? UK land. Oh yes, this is very cool. So purchase, it has sale prices all around the map. So if you don't want to go into this menu here to find out the price of a field, you can drive up to the field and see how big it is and how much the price is. That's pretty cool. And it has interact with this sign to make it disappear. Oh wow, and you can click on them and make them disappear. That is very cool. I like those signs. You can't make them reappear, of course. I think I don't know how possible this is, and again, mine and Eagle. I would like it if those signs only disappeared if you'd bought the land. That would be awesome. But again, mine and Eagle, that one. It's just, that is the sawmill down here, I think. There we are. Oh wow, this is just a really nicely done map, and this is LexR's first map as well. Amazingly, to squeeze so much into this map for a first map is absolutely brilliant. Log sell point here, nicely marked out. Yep. And over this way, we've got a very nicely marked out sell point for wood chip sell point. That's very cool. And then we're going to go and have a look at the thing that always tells me how much a mapper, how much work a mapper has put into their map, because lots of people don't do forestry. Wow, this is a wonderfully bumpy road. Is to go and look at the forest, and I can tell you now, there is a lot of detail in this forest. Wow, that is cool. Yeah, you drive off the beaten track a bit, go into the forest and have a look around, and yeah, lots a little bit of shrubs and plants, lots of detail for various trees and things. I like this a lot. This is a very, very impressive map, and it just gets better and better. This map would work really well if you wanted to do a. Would it work? Yeah, especially work well for a multiplayer setup. Definitely work well for a single player. Whoa. Yeah, that road is very bumpy. Very, very bumpy. But I like it. I like it a lot. We are looking at a gorgeous, gorgeous map here. Let's head out this way, and then so we have fuel station here, and we've got another sell point down at the bottom here at the edge of the woodlands, and this is the pub, the Whip It In. Dear Lord. That's pretty cool. Egg sell point, milk sell point as well, and you can sell the goat's milk down here as well. Oh man, that is a brilliant pub name. I'm going to be chuckling about that for the rest of this first look now. Grass, football club down there. So yeah, lots of really great bits and pieces in this, and it is a gorgeous looking map. Really, really gorgeous. And we haven't even got to some of the coolest features on this yet. But that takes us all the way around the map back to the shop. So nice circular map. It's got lots of roads off the sides. I don't think we've missed any sell points or anything. No. So interestingly, there's this one road that goes through the middle there. We've got a road that goes through there. So it's not, you don't have to drive all the way around if you want to get there. We do have spelt in some fields and bits and pieces there, so we might go and have a look at that quickly. As I said, I'm not running this first look with seasons as I don't normally, so it's quite an interesting look at this. And let's just pop over up here and have a look at field 29, because that does have one of the new crops in. Yep. So pretty nice textures on those. Very, very cool. Right, we're gonna head back to here, and I'm gonna go through each of our initial setups. What land you own, and what stuff you get. So as I mentioned earlier, there are 4 different setups, and these present themselves as you first come into the game. You've got the main farm, which is the farm at the heart of Dalton Valley, farm silo, workshop, and lots of starting equipment for arables and cows. You get sheep and goats, where you can farm sheep and goats. You have some starting sheds and some money to get you going. You get happy as a pig in muck for the pig yard. Pig farmers at your disposal. North of your farm you'll find root crop storage as well. And then you have the aforementioned start from scratch, where you start with nothing except for some cash to get you going. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, that I would not recommend if you're doing new farmer, especially because all you end up with is 100,000. We're going to start off by having a look at main farm. So to select one of these, all you do is you double click on it. And that then will load you into the game with whichever setup you have selected. So for the main farm, you start with this area up here. You can see you own fields 4 and 6. And basically round this farm here, you get a whole load of equipment. Yeah, 4 and 6 are the only bits you own. You also have next to yourself here, you get a truck to start with as well. So let's go through the equipment quickly as well. So you get a Massey Ferguson 5613, a Puma 185 CVX, and Massey Ferguson Activa 7347S, a 2014 pickup, an Agroliner TKD 302, a 3-flow 25-foot header, an Agromass POH5 plough, an Agromass BTC a 50H cultivator, the Kuhn BF 4000 seeder, and a Kuhn TF 1512 front tank, Van Vatstad Tempo V8 planter with an Vatstad 2200 front tank. A Deltis 1302 MTA3 sprayer with the Kuhn PF 1500 front tank. Breedel K105 spreader. A Kuhn SLC 141 manure spreader. A Garant VE 8000 slurry spreader. A Novacat 301 ED Pottinger front mower. A New Holland Discbine 313 trailed mower, a New Holland Rollbelt 150 round baler, a Knight RA 142 Kuhn feeding wagon, an Aquatrans 730S water tanker, Stoll front FZ 60 front loader with a pallet fork, and Lagoon 24 header trailer for your combine, an Agco 1100 weight, the carryard clutter, and a farmhouse. So pretty good setup. I would say that's most things you need for doing cows. You've got, yeah, you can feed them grass with that. You have no ability to create hay or slurry, or silage from that, but you can at least feed your cows because you can cut grass. So yeah, I would say that actually is a pretty good minimum setup. Works really well for doing a carryard. Next up, we have the sheep and goats. So for the sheep and goats, you start with this area up here. You get field 21, 22 and 26. There's no other area of the map that you own. You get the equipment with this. You get a 7719 Massey Ferguson, so a fairly big tractor, 210 horsepower. A Lizard pickup, 2014. A Kuhn Axis 40.2 MEMC-W fertilizer spreader, a Kuhn GMD 4411 mower, a GF 8712 tedder, a Kuhn GA 9531 windrower, an Aquatrans 730S water trailer, a Joergen Betamax RDS 7500 animal trailer, an FZ60 front loader with pallet fork, and a farmhouse and a carryard clutter. So a much more reduced setup for this, but this will allow you to do sheep and goats very easily. Yeah, you can create grass and hay. Well, you can create hay with this. Interestingly enough, nothing to pick up the hay. So I would say you are missing one piece of equipment with this. You need a forage wagon or a baler. I think I would like to have actually seen a forage wagon with this setup. Otherwise, though, yeah, great setup for you to do your sheep and goats with. And the final setup for us to have a look at is the pig yard. And for the pig yard, you start off with fields 11 and 12, along with the pig yard storage area here. So this is here. And I'm going to take this opportunity actually on this last one to have a quick look at the field prices. So the two fields you start off with here are 44,000, 25,000. Largest field in the game is either 19 at 138,000 or, yeah, it looks like it's 19. I can't see anything bigger. Well, there's forestry area actually here is more expensive at 153,000. Nothing is overly expensive on this map. So, yeah, it's actually a really, really good single player map. And I'd probably say this is a really great start from scratch or realism experiment map. You could really have fun doing stuff here. When you're talking, your cheapest fields are like 10,000, 11,000. That is an awesome start from scratch map. Anybody who's looking to do start from scratch or realism experiment stuff, here you go. This is an absolutely cracking map to get started on that kind of thing. Anyway, back to the pigs. So yeah, you get 12, 11 and the pig yard and area around there. 34,000 for the yard. I mean, each of these yards is not expensive. 43,000 and yeah, that is... Where's our other farm? Here's our other farm with field 4, 92,000. So yeah, none of the farms are overly expensive on here. Equipment you get with the pig farm as well. You get the Massey 7726, so 280 horsepower. I think that is possibly the most powerful tractor of the three setups that we've seen. You get the 2004 pickup TKD 302 Agroliner trailer. Grimme SE260. This is a potato harvester. That is brilliant. I'm really pleased to see a starting potato harvester as an option. The Grimme GL860 compactor. That is a planter for potatoes. Grimme KS75-4. That is the topper as well. Really cool that. Agromass POH5 plough. The Kuhn SLC141 manure spreader. The Garant VE8000 slurry spreader. The Aquatran 730 water trailer from Joskin, a Stoll front loader and pallet fork, the FZ60 front loader, along with the pallet fork, carryard clutter as always, and the farmhouse for the pigs, as you'd expect for a pigman. Disparaging your pigmen there. Is a caravan. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I'm loving that. That's an awesome setup. Only thing I would say is I'd probably like to see another small tractor so that you could do some carting with your potatoes. But otherwise, yeah, loving that setup as well. Oh, all really good. Really nice. And so there we go. That is the setup for the three of the various bits. This is this is the fourth. This is start from scratch. It doesn't have any land. It doesn't have any equipment. So yeah, I would recommend if you're doing start from scratch, then go with this. If you're doing the actual start from scratch mode, go with this. Otherwise, if you're doing new farmer or farm manager, I would probably pick one of the other setups. But this is where I'm going to leave the video. This is an early first look, so this map is not available yet. It did appear in the testing list yesterday, so hopefully it won't be too long. It is by LexR, and as I said, it is for charity. So yeah, check this out when it comes out. I think it's a superb map, especially for a first time. I think it's going to be brilliant. And with that, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this first look. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.